Matvey, how big is deception a part of your game in terms of shot release, things like that?
Ani спрашивает вопрос, как большая вероятность, что ты можешь обмануть, прежде чем бросаешь?
Я думаю, что это с детства заложено во мне, и мне бросок и технику моего броска оставил папа, вот, и, в общем-то, благодаря которому я сейчас сижу здесь, вот, и это была от него тоже мечта.
He said that from a young age, my dad put a lot of work into my game. He taught me the different ways of disguising my shot, and I said a lot of the credit goes to my goal scoring to my late father.
What would your dad say?
Hey Connor, it's Vasili from Flyers Nitty Gritty. Congrats on getting drafted #1 overall here. Just in terms of your adjustment from the WHL to the NHL level, what do you think you'll need to do to have such an impact in the NHL?
It's hard to say. I've never played a game there or anything. I think for me, it's all about having a good rest of the summer and trying to prepare myself as best I can to of course try to make the team. And it's really hard to say what I have to do to play well there, because it's it's a different league. I've never experienced that. So obviously, it's the best player in the world. It wouldn't be easy, but I'm going to do whatever I can obviously this summer and moving forward to try to have an impact in the league.
Second row on the left.
Oliver, what skills would you say define your skill set most?
I think my hockey IQ. I know it's maybe not a skill, but I think my smarts help me in both sides of the ice.
Did your dad prepare you at all for this day? I know it must be a whirlwind at the NHL draft. He's obviously had that experience. What did he kind of tell you to prepare you here?
He didn't try to tell me much. Just enjoy the moment, soak it all in as much as you can. It's a big shock to get drafted, even if you know it's coming. But he just said to soak it all in and enjoy it.
Hey Danny, do you believe that Matvey will make it to development camp this summer, or too early to tell essentially?
I am not sure. My belief is that he won't be there for development camp, but I don't know for sure. But that's what I would be leaning on right now.
And just a follow-up for you, obviously you mentioned that you did not think that Michkov would be there at 7, so obviously was he the best player available for you and the team on your board at that point?
Without a doubt. We had done a lot of work on trying to find and kind of clarify our list. We probably spent a lot more time that we probably could have saved knowing if we would have known that he was there. But that's the job of our scouts. They've done a tremendous job. Having him fall to 7 was we felt was a gift for us.
Over here.
Hey Carson, in terms of your style of play, would you say that you kind of get out to the top of the crease to challenge shooters more, or do you play back in your net a little bit?
Yeah,
or does it really depend?
I think I have good depth. It's something I've worked on over the past year, but I definitely let pucks come to me. I definitely try to play like the Carter Hart and Carey Price kind of style game. So it's pretty cool to come to Philadelphia and be able to see how.
Is there any one particular thing that defines your game, whether it be like glove hand, blocker, down low type saves?
I think breaking the mold away from my technicality. I think it's kind of my poise and the aura I carry, and then I think I have a good calm, sense of aura, and have that certain source of stability into my game. So, that's something I'm going to try to carry.
How's your
Denver, you've been described as a 200-foot player. How much pride do you put into your defensive game and working on that?
So kind of like Dale, obviously the head coach, he really cares about the D zone. He really keys in on that. So I think he's a key contributor as to why I take pride in all 3 zones on the ice, and we do a lot of D zone work in practice, and I think that's helped my defensive team as well, and defensively as offense.
Are there any specific skills that you think define your game right now?
On the defensive side, I'd say just my hockey IQ. I think that allows me to anticipate passes, anticipate plays, and kind of read them, and maybe intercept a pass or knock down a pass out of the air, something like that. I think just my skill and my competitiveness allow me to win battles in the corners and make skillful, smart hockey plays.
Denver, what do you Are there any improvements you think you'll need to make to your game to eventually jump to, the pro level down the line?
Yeah, obviously, big thing is like strength. I need to get bigger and stronger and continue to get faster over the summer and stuff like that. And I think that'll allow me to be a bit more comfortable and make the jump a bit easier when I need to play. I'm really excited for it.
Skating is considered to be a big plus asset to your game. How much do you use that to create scoring opportunities for yourself and for your teammates?
I think it's the biggest part. I'm not the biggest guy, so I have to use my speed to get around and create offensive chances, and that's just sort of how I try to play the game ever since I was a little kid. So it's definitely a big part of it.
Playing amongst men in the Allsvenskan, how much do you think that'll prepare you to make the jump to pro eventually on the North American level?
I think it will help me a lot. Allsvenskan is a pretty tough physically, and it's pretty defensive as well. So I think it will help me to, I think I became a lot more mature. I think that will help me in my transition. So I think it's a good place to go as a young player.
Are there any specific skills to your game you think you'll need to improve upon as you make the transition to the next level?
I think the big thing for me is just to get bigger. That's been a big focus for me this summer. I can't really grow too much. It's not really in my control, but I can always get stronger. So that's definitely something that I've emphasized this summer, and I think will help me.
How big is reach in your game, just in terms of gapping up against defensemen, using your stick to kind of separate them from pucks and things like that?
No, I think it's probably one of the biggest parts of my game is playing with that. I think looking at teams that are winning right now in the NHL, it's a team that can do that can play physical, step up, and move pucks. And I think that's what my game is.
Do you think the tenacity in terms of board battles as well as battles in front of the net within your game, using your size to kind of defend the crease, clear the crease, is a big part of what you do on the ice?
No, for sure. I think my game is bringing a presence to the ice. I think that's what I do. Every game I play is bringing a presence and making known that guys coming around the net, guys coming around the corners, it's not going to be easy for them. I think that's why my game's cool.
Hey Danny, was there a specific draft philosophy you and the staff were ascribing to throughout this draft in terms of the picks?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you got to adjust on the fly. But one of the things we wanted to do was to take swings, guys that have high upsides. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. With the amount of picks that we had, I think it was good to try and sometimes on smaller forwards like we did today, on goaltending, on big defensemen. Hopefully some of them turn out. That would be tremendous.
Hey Danny, in terms of your view of team building, how important do you think the center position is? And do you envision, like with Hayes being traded, some younger players potentially filling those roles?
Yeah, the center position is extremely important for any team. I think everybody will agree on that. Kevin's last year he was moved to the wing, so I still think he's a center. But for us, he didn't have that chance with the way our young guys were getting better and better, and the fact that Sean Couturier is coming back as well. So it was going to be tougher and tougher for him to play in that position. So we'd like to build from the middle. We have a lot of good young players that can play that position, so it's going to be exciting to see what happens in the next few years.
Thanks. Appreciate it. With such a deep draft, was there a focus on certain skill sets and identifying those as your picks?
I think early on, obviously, early on you can tell what we were doing. But I think defensemen in the draft, in the first round, there's some quality options that dropped off quickly. We're really happy to get along there. A lot of upside, very smart player, and a right shot to do, which is nice. And then after goaltenders, we just had a couple guys targeted there. And Mark, he's a really exciting player. He's undersized, obviously, but he has all the traits to make it for a small player with skill, with high compete, motor. And really exciting player. He's in a great environment there in London with the Rangers. Who did his great about. So, our guys are excited to get him. Cole Knuebel's a guy that was SHL Player of the Year. He was on our list last year late. skating was the issue, and he worked his ass off all summer and put weight on and got stronger, and he's become a good skater. So it's one of those lessons. Sometimes you got to take a chance on these guys if they're just lacking strength.